Hi guys, what's up? So in this video we'll be solving the daily problem of Leetcode. So today's daily problem is valid parenthesis. What we have to do in this problem is we are given a string s containing just the characters opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis. Similarly, these two opening, closing, and similarly this one. Fine. And we have to return true if the given set of parentheses is valid. And when the parenthesis is valid, when for each opening parenthesis there should be a closing parenthesis in the string. Okay, so I hope you guys understood the problem. So let's move on to the approach part. So in this problem we will be using stack. And how we will be using stack? Let's suppose we are given a string like this: opening, opening, closing, closing, opening, opening, and closing, and this one. Fine. We can see here that this is not a valid parenthesis. So how we can code this? We will be using a stack. Now we will start iterating over our given string and check whether our parenthesis is opening or closed. So if the parenthesis is opening, then we will simply push this into the stack. Like here, first one is the opening. We have pushed it into the stack. Now we will move to the next. This is also an opening, so we will move push to this to the stack. And if we are getting a closed parenthesis, fine. So what will happen now is that we have encountered here an closing parenthesis. So to pair this, there must be an closed parenthesis for this. Like here, this is the closing bracket greater one. So for pairing this, top of the stack must be an opening parenthesis. Fine. So this will make pair with that. So as we can see here that this is the opening parenthesis for this closing one. So we will pop out this from our stack. Fine. And now we will move to the next. Here we have encountered an opening, so we will push it into the stack. Again opening, we will push it into the stack. So now we will move to the next part, and we have encountered an closing parenthesis. So we will check the top of the stack. Is there any closing parenthesis? Is there any opening parenthesis to make pair with this closing one? So yeah, here is the opening parenthesis. So we will simply pop out this from our stack, and we will move to the next part. And here we have encountered an closing parenthesis. Now we will ask that there is no opening parenthesis to pair with this. So now what will happen, that we will simply put this into the stack because we can't do anything with this. So we will put this into the stack. There might be a possibility that we will later get the pair of this one, but in this case this is not happening. So after performing all the operations, our stack should be empty, because for every opening parenthesis there must be a closing parenthesis. Fine. So if we perform all the operations on the given string, then finally our stack will be empty, because for this will be popped out. Fine. So this will pop out, and these two will be perform the operation on these two. So for this will be popped out, and at last our stack will be empty here. Fine. So this was all about this problem concept part. So let's try to code this up and see what we are getting. So we'll simply take a stack of character. Let me zoom it to make it more clear to you. Fine. So we have taken a stack, and in last we have to return is the size of our stack is 0 or not. Fine. If the stack size will be 0, then our given set of string will be forming a valid parenthesis. So let's move to the next part. We will start iterating over a string for .is, and if our stack is empty, then simply push to the stack. Else if our string given character is opening, if any of we are encountering any opening parenthesis, then we will simply push this into the stack. Else if we are encountering a closing parenthesis, then to balance this, if the stack top, let me do this in a simpler way. If we are encountering a closing parenthesis in smaller one, then for this, if the top of the stack is an opening parenthesis, then we will simply pop out. Else we will push the closing parenthesis. Similarly, for the other two brackets, we will also perform the same operations. For each closing, if we are encountering an opening bracket, then we will simply pop out, else we will push the character to the stack. For this bracket also, curly bracket. Fine. So I think this will work. Okay, I have missed a semicolon here. No issues. Fine, it is working. Let's try to submit it and see. Wrong answer for this. Why so? Let me see. We have iterated a string, and if string stack is empty, then we have pushed it. Closing. We will simply push. Oh sorry, I haven't pushed the character into a stack. st.push I. Yeah, now it will work. Fine. Okay, we have got an accepted verdict. So yeah, this was an easy problem, guys. Stay tuned for the next POTDs also. Thank you guys for watching the video.